Ezekiel Chapter 1. We're still describing Ezekiel's vision, what some people call a UFO spacecraft, ancient aliens, all of that sort of stuff. But it was a vision of 4 living creatures, a chariot, and likeness. It's actually a likeness, a vision of God's glory. It's a representation of God's glory. Okay? And we're down, let's see, verse 21. Last week when those went, these went, talking about, the 4 living creatures, they all went together. When those went, when these went, when those stood, these stood. When they moved swiftly. Verse 14, living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning. And, but now, unlike UFOs, they didn't move silently. All the UFO sightings, say, oh, they moved, they did these fantastic speed and direction changes, and they move silently. Well, it's not the case with this vision. But and when the whole apparatus moved as one, when they were lifted up, wheels were lifted up, spirit of the living creature was in the wheels, and the likeness of the firmament. And I had to remind myself, look firmament up in my dictionary. The firmament is the vault or the expanse of heaven. It could be likened to all of the old, the cathedrals, the Sistine Chapel with their vaulted ceilings. That's kind of this picture here, except this is the vault of heaven. This is actually, the firmament is what we see when we go out at night and see all the stars. That's the vault or expanse. That's the firmament. And it's also can refer to a solid foundation. But we've got the description here and the likeness. Again, this is a picture of God's glory, and he's seeing, if you will, the likeness of the heaven, likeness of the sky, if you will. And it was upon the heads. Let's see, and the likeness of the firmament upon the heads of the living creature was as the color of the terrible crystal. It was, again, bright, shining, colorful, and how crystals refract light and all of that science stuff. Stretched forth over their heads above. Again, you can kind of imagine, a vaulted ceiling way up, stretching forth. And under the firmament were their wings straight. Straight, that would be, the top 2 wings were spread out. And that would be the idea of straight. And also the other idea of this picture, this vehicle, the 4 living creatures, the whole thing with the wheels, it was huge. No, it doesn't say the size, but you can just imagine that this thing was very large. And moving fast, and again, this is one of the places. The UFO people like to say, here's one of this in the Bible. UFOs are mentioned in the Bible. There they are, right there. That's right. It is identified. It's an IFO, an identified flying object. Yeah, yeah. So their wings were straight, the one toward the other. Everyone had two, which covered on this side, and everyone had two, which covered on that side their bodies. Okay? And that's all been described before. Now, verse 24, and when they went, I heard the noise of their wings. Okay, like I said, this UFO did not move about silently. Okay, because and you've heard, go outside and you hear birds take off. My herd of quail out there, if I go out and disturb my herd of quail while they are chewing on the apple stuff left over from my cider, and they take off, you can, the fluttering of the wings and their chirping and all of that. Okay? But so heard the noise of the wings. Okay, and again, here's a picture. This thing was huge because the noise was like the noise of great waters. Okay, this you might compare this to the noise of, let's see, the closest waterfall we have, Snoqualmie Falls over there, and you can hear the noise of the rushing water. Any waterfall, you can hear the noise. Okay, that's the picture, the noise of great waters. This might be compared to, let's see, Niagara Falls. Yeah, noise of great waters. and this noise, as the voice of the Almighty. Okay? It's noise of great waters. It sounds like the voice of the Almighty. It sounds like, Cecil B. DeMille when he's narrating in the Ten Commandments, or Alexander Scourby when he's reading, the Bible in what he did, the deep, yeah. But this would be louder, the voice of the Almighty. The voice of speech. Okay? It's sounding to him, okay, in his vision, all of these likenesses, and it's sounding like somebody is speaking. Okay? And it doesn't say right here that he could understand it, but all of this, the whole chapter 1, is leading down to chapter 2, when he said unto me, Son of man. Okay? So he hears the voice of God, and Moses heard the voice of God, and Moses had to hide himself in a cleft in the rock, seeing his. But here, he's seeing again the likeness of God's glory. So, voice of speech as the noise of an host. Okay? So, what host would be? Well, the host of the angels, praising God in heaven. Okay? That would be the noise. And of course, in other descriptions in the Bible, in Revelation and other descriptions, we hear the noise, the cherubims and the seraphims, praising God continually, holy, 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 continually, and then when we, people who are in heaven now, are praising God while they're there, okay? Because, hey, now if you are, in heaven, who are you going to be praising? Because it was God who got you there. It was your trust and your faith in God that got you there. So he's got the host of the multitude, the noise of an host. And when they stood, okay, and he's talking about the four creatures, when these four creatures, it says their wings were straight, and when they stood, okay, it says they let down their wings. Okay, so I would assume that the wings that were outstretched would come down also and cover in front. Okay? So again, this is a fantastic sight. And above the firmament, okay, above the firmament, here now we've got this vaulted ceiling, if you will. Above that firmament, above that vaulted ceiling, you could, and he could see, if you will, through Ezekiel in this vision could see through this firmament, through this vault of heaven. Okay? Above that was over their heads was the likeness of a throne. Okay? And in our this picture, we've got the likeness of a throne right here. Okay? And yeah, so we've got that likeness. And actually, I'm not in this particular picture. I'm not real sure what this that the throne is sitting on is. I'm not sure what that is, because the Bible doesn't describe anything there. But this particular artist, if you will, who designed this, put that in. Okay. So, as the appearance was the likeness of a throne, as the appearance of a sapphire stone. Again, the color. It's a sapphire was a well, you could say, in this case, it was a clear heavenly blue. Okay, a blue, a bright, shining, clear heavenly blue. Sapphire stone, and the likeness of as the appearance of a sapphire stone, and upon the likeness of the throne. These are all, these are all likenesses. These are all seen in his vision. Okay, was the likeness as the appearance of a man above upon it. Okay, so we've got this appearance of a throne, likeness of a throne, color sapphire blue, and on the throne was the appearance of a man. The likeness as the appearance of man sitting upon the throne. Okay. Now, anybody want to make a guess on who is sitting on the throne? Jesus. There we go. And so, but again, in the vision, he's able to see this because it is a likeness, a representation of God's glory. And I would assume that when we get to heaven and we get to see this, okay, we will see it in real life, our real life in heaven, okay, and it will be majestic, and it will be bright, and it will be, you could say that in Ezekiel's vision with the likenesses, the brightness of God's glory is kind of, muted down a few notches, like we can take our lights down, a few notches, and dim the lights, if you will. I don't know, but I'm going to kind of assume that it's dimmed down a little bit. It's still very, very bright, very, very colorful, okay, very, very magnificent and impressive, okay. So, a man upon it saw as the color of amber, again the golden orange amber color, as the appearance of fire round about it, within it, okay. So again, this we've got this picture window of clouds and fire around the whole scene, and appearance of fire round about the likeness of the throne with the likeness of the appearance of a man. Okay? From the appearance of his loins even upward, and from the appearance of his loins even downward. So that would include whole body. I saw, as it were, the appearance of fire, and it had brightness round about, really bright. And verse 28, as the appearance of the bow that is in the cloud in the day of rain, a rainbow, that colorful, all those colors of the rainbow. Okay? And you can imagine, again, the rainbow stretching out above all of this. Okay? So was the appearance of the brightness round about. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. Okay? All of this, and when I saw it in chapter 1, describing the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord, and when I saw it, I fell upon my face, and I heard a voice of one that spake. So now he hears God's voice, and you know, again, the UFO crowd have focused in on chapter 1 as their, if you will, justification for, oh, there's UFOs in the world, oh, there, you know, aliens visiting us and all that sort of stuff. And Sasquatch was an alien. Yeah, a big one. But, if you will, this is the cliffhanger for this week. The important stuff, the important information comes from chapter 2 on, okay? Because this is where God is speaking to Ezekiel and telling him what he needs to tell the children of Israel during their captivity, okay? So the important stuff is coming up. This is a wonderful, magnificent vision, but the really important stuff is in the prophecies.